Travis Hunter has a prenup. Everyone who's married has a prenup. It just was written by the state. It was written by the government. Okay. Rather than written by him and the person he allegedly loves more than the other 8 billion other options in the world. Like, every marriage has a prenup. A prenup is just a rule set. Okay. And Travis Hunter is a smart guy who knows how to play within a rule set, because his NFL career and his college career, all this demonstrates how well he plays within a rule set. Anytime I've represented professional athletes, which I've many of over a 25-year career, I can tell you, these guys know how to work within a rule set. They know how to bend a rule set. They know how to comport themselves to what's expected of them. But what's foolish here is that he has decided, look, I've been to the DMV. I've never walked into the DMV and went, these people should be in charge of everything. They should be in charge of the rules of my relationship.
There you go.
Incredible. All right, guys. Anybody who here is not familiar with the Travis Hunter situation? It's fine if you guys aren't. Raise your hand if you're not familiar with the Travis Hunter situation. So Travis Hunter was the second. He was the second pick in the NFL draft. He was like number 2, right, to the Jags?
Yeah.
He's the best college football player. He won the Heisman Trophy. He's the best wide receiver. He won the award for the best wide receiver and defensive back. This has never been. I mean, this is not since like 70 years has a guy been this good. Unbelievable player. So he goes on Twitch every once in a while, and or different streaming platforms with his girlfriend, who's a year or 2 older than him, and she's clearly just manipulating the shit out of him. She gaslights the shit out of him. It looks like she's cheated on him several times. There's videos of her dancing at parties with other people. She's done
while he waits outside.
Yeah, while he waits outside and he picks her up.
Yeah.
And then like he's like, well, she bought me a car, and like, but she bought you a car with your money. Like it's like stuff like that. And so what happened was, the entire world called his girlfriend out because when he won the Heisman, she didn't even want to stand up. During his final game at Colorado, she wouldn't even come hug him. She turns her head away from him. She acts like she's disgusted with him half the time. And this guy's the second pick in the NFL draft, right? And so everyone is looking at him very similar to the Nina Agdal, Logan Paul thing, where it was like, hey, Logan Paul thinks you've been with 5 dudes, you've been with 500. Like it's something like that. And so what happened was, he felt between a rock and a hard place. He started making these massively passive-aggressive, super defensive posts on social media. And there's a meme of him. You guys have probably seen the meme with his big old glasses, and he's like, "My girlfriend can't even go out with her friends or whatever." And it's like, if you can find the meme for Travis Hunter, it's pretty funny. But so he started doing that, and then he was pushed up against the wall. So they took all of their social media down. He and his girl, and then I was like, okay, maybe he's going to break up with her once he gets drafted, and instead he's chosen to marry her in Florida with Tennessee. I think they got married in Tennessee with no prenup. So that's going to be amazing. You know what? Another female millionaire made just like that. Number one way women become millionaires in this country is
divorce.
Divorce. That is correct. So we're going to see that here.
Hey, that's not even the funniest part. Have you seen the tattoo? Mike, have you seen the tattoo that she has? She has a tattoo of a dollar sign on her ring finger.
Oh God.
And he still married her.
And they also,
If that tells you anything.
Stupid.
If that tells you anything.
So it's interesting. I don't even know if I feel bad for him at this point.
I'm a fan of finger tattoos. That's my next.
And I'm a fan of Anna Nicole Smith, okay? So, getting rich off of divorce. My mom named me after her. Courtney Nicole. It's my name.
Can you pull it up on the screen here?
Not to.
That one. That's it.
Okay, have you guys seen this picture before? That's Travis Hunter saying, like, so my girl can
throw it back.
Other men at a party. She's just having fun when she has fun. I have fun.
I have fun.
This is a screenshot from his live stream defending his girlfriend. And so after all that, now congratulations, Duro. He's already won the chip. He has gotten married with no prenup. Any ladies?
Did you see that? Did you see the image of him and her, and they're like showing the rings like this, and she just looks like she's a cat that ate the canary.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Anybody have an opinion on this?
On that day.
You guys had a brother, and he was going to get married to someone. Would you want him to have a prenup?
It depends.
Of course.
If she had more money.
If she had more money?
Then no.
Then no? Anybody else?
That's
Grab the microphone, guys. Anybody?
Definitely needs the prenup.
Who needs a prenup? What do you think?
If I'm being completely honest, I see a lot of divorce, messy divorces. What is the point? You have your money. He has his money. You guys care about each other as long as
Because you're angry.
I'm so angry.
No, not you're angry. I'm saying in the divorce, it becomes personal. The divorce attorney's job by their nature dehumanizes the other party, and so you don't see them as human, and so you want to take as much as you can, and you just burn the house down. So like you had $1 million in assets, each person could leave with $500,000, but you spend $400,000 in divorce attorney fees, and then each one of you leaves with like $300,000. It's like nothing, and so
I
that's.
don't even want your money. Like, could we just skip the mess?
Laura, so one of the things. Most girls don't see it the way you do. If they're going to stay with a guy for 10 years and have kids with him, they're not going to be like, I don't want the money.
They're gonna go out.
I don't want your kids.
Hey, how long do you think till
DNA.
Travis has to hire James?
Huh?
That's the real question.
And I believe James, he works with that organization that would help him with a prenup, but I believe James is licensed in the state of New York, and because Travis doesn't live in New York, I don't know if he could. He could probably advise him, but I don't know if he could actually make a prenup for him. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe he could do that.
So
I'll ask Go ahead.
So I've been engaged twice. So this is like a real issue. I've researched and everything.
Yeah.
My personal stance is I'll sign a prenup as long as there's a cheating clause.
Okay.
So if my husband were to cheat on me, I get 70% instead of 50. That's
Okay.
my personal rule.
Right.
And I do think women deserve compensation for being married.
For sure.
If you take being a wife seriously, what you're doing is giving up your career and your opportunities for your man.
Yep, you're seeing more and more of that too. James Sexton, funny, I'm going to sell out James here for a second. James hit me up and he wanted me to do a story on this at one point. But he told me about this situation where he was doing a prenup, and it was a younger woman and it was an older guy, and the older guy was in crypto, and he just came up with like $10 million, and he was making more, and he decided at 36 or 38 or however old he was that he wanted to marry his 24-year-old girlfriend, right? But I want to get a prenup, right? So he goes to James and has him write the prenup up. They then take the prenup, like the 24-year-old girl, then goes and gives it to her divorce attorney or her attorneys, whatever, and they do exactly what you just said. They go and they rewrite it so it's all in her favor. So if he doesn't do certain things and at certain times, if he isn't worth so much by the time he is 45 years old, then that's an escape clause. And essentially, what's happening right now is you're seeing
marry her?
This new. I don't know. That's what he told me. He told me. He said, "What should I tell her?" I said, "Eject, man."
Every marriage is an arrangement, right?
Well, exactly. But it's like you're right. It's like
a job.
All relationships
don't want to work every day.
But now what's happening though is you have this new generation of women who are actually going, yeah, I'm cool with a prenup as long as it has the cheat clause and it has this clause and has all this other stuff that is all weighed in my favor now. But I signed your prenup, so what's the problem?
They're technically boundaries on a piece of paper.
When you're engaged to a divorce attorney, it's a little bit difficult. And then they still hit on you these days when they're married. So, yeah, that's an interesting one.
Damn, that was playing with fire.
most
You must be a
annoying
pyro.
graduate.
You were a pyro.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know that a lot of guys would agree to that. Maybe 70% from when we got married, but not 70%. Like if I end up making a bunch of money, I don't know that a lot of guys would agree to that.
Yeah, one objected, which is why I didn't go through with the marriage.
Got it. Have you been married before?
No, just engaged twice.
Just been engaged twice?
Yeah.
Got it.
Did
Okay.
the first one want a prenup?
Yeah, when I said the same thing. But he was okay with the conditions. There was other reasons I broke up with him.
He was 5'8". Is that what it was?
He was.
He needs
You just realized they make $175,000 more, and then everything's fine that you're 5'8".
We couldn't agree on the amount of kids,
On the amount of kids?
which is a deal breaker.
Wow.
for me.
How many kids do you want?
I say as many as my husband can afford.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for what he could afford and what he was willing, it didn't add up.
How much was he willing?
With kids.
He only wanted 2.
I'm
mean-
good with 2.
Eden, there's ways to trick him. Just get him drunk. What are you doing?
Just forget.
Look at
take
like
your
look
birth
at
control.
look
Just
at look
forget.
at look at Emily. She knows what I'm. There's
whoops,
ways to
babe.
do it.
Again.
She's agreeing.
Oh,
There's
whoops, the
ways to
condom
trick
broke.
him.
Oh, whoops.